ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you to this Gita part series. We have been discussing chapter 2 from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita we have started since so many days, and now we are in the chapter 2. So today we are going to discuss on a section from the chapter 2 where Arjuna is telling to Lord Krishna that he is not going to fight. And when Arjuna gives this kind of reply to Krishna, how Krishna react to Arjuna's reply and what exactly Krishna tells to Arjuna, let's try to see through this chapter in this content. So just I'm showing you the sloka so that we can recite it very nicely. So this is the sloka. Here just see Arjuna is telling to Krishna, when he's telling that I am not going to fight, Krishna is chastising Arjuna. Krishna is telling to Arjuna, Klaibyam asmagamam partham naita tvai upapadyate shudram hridaya daurvalyam tvakta uttista parantapa. Krishna is telling to Arjuna, Klaibyam asmagamam partha. Hey, what you are talking like an eunuch. Hey, Arjuna, I have not expected from you that you will be talk like this. Actually, what you are talking, it is not matching to your caliber, who you are and what kind of talk you are talking. Shudram Hridaya Daurvalyam. Why you are talking, my dear Arjuna? Because your heart is very soft. Because of your soft-heartedness, you are not able to tell the reality. And you are telling that I will be not fighting. So Arjuna, this is not good, Krishna is telling. Now, the verse 4, Arjuna is now replying to Lord Krishna. So what Arjuna is replying to Lord Krishna, we can see here. Arjuna is telling that Arjuna uvacha katham bhishmam aham sankhye dronam cha madhusudana ishubhi pratiyotsami pujarva arisudana. My dear Lord, I am not telling because of the soft-heartedness, or I'm not talking because I am fearful. Why I'm talking? Katham Bhishmam Aham Sankhya. How can I fight with my grandfather Bhishma? Dronacha Madhusudana. How can I fight with my teacher Dronacharya? And my dear Lord, you are famous as a Madhusudana, the killer of the Madhu demon. You are not famous as an Sandipani Sudana. You have not killed any guru. You have not killed your grandfather. So you are famous as a killer of your enemies. And then how can you expect me to kill my grandfather, to kill my teacher? So that is how logically Arjuna is putting a logically things in front of the Krishna. And let's see how Krishna is answering to him. Isubi Pratiyotsami. Actually, they are not fit to fight in the war. Pujarva Arisudana. In contrast, they are actually Pujarva, means they are worshipable. I should worship them with the Agarvati and Diya. And you are telling to the fight? What kind of things you are telling? So Arjuna is putting a logical reasoning before Krishna, and let's try to understand what Arjuna is telling now. The verse 5. You can see the verse 5. Gurun ahatva hi mahanubhavan श्रेयो भोक्तुं वैक्षम अपीह लोके हत्वार्थ कामांसु गुरून्यहिवा भुञ्जीय भोगान् रुधिरा प्रदिग्धान्. So Krishna is telling to Arjuna, oh my dear Arjuna, see all this Mahabharata war I have designed. Why? Just for you all Pandavas, so that you can win over the adharma. And then the Yudhishthira Maharaj can rule the whole earthly kingdom with the dharma. According to dharma, he can rule. So that is the plan of me behind all these things. But now, at the prime moment, you are telling that you are not going to fight. So I like this. So Krishna is putting. And top of that, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, don't forget that you are a Kshatriya. You are not a Brahmana. You are telling that nothing will happen. I will be stay like this. He is telling that Baba, you are a Kshatriya, and if you go for begging, because Arjuna is telling that I'll beg and I'll maintain myself like that. So Krishna is telling that you are a Kshatriya, and when you will go for begging, and people will not give the alms and they will do some kind of nonsense things, that time you will become very furious. And you have this Kshatriya blood within you, and the moment you may kill them also. And when you will kill this person at that time, that would be the most sinful things you will commit. Because killing the person in that war is allowed, but not somewhere else. But because you have that kind of a nature, you may kill them at that time. So Arjuna, please don't leave the war. This is your bread and butter. So Krishna is telling, don't leave that. Gurun ahatvahi mahanubhava. So Krishna, Arjuna is replying, Gurun ahatvahi mahanubhava, because killing the spiritual master, Guru, is like the great sin. Mahanubhava, Santha. You tell the Mahanubhava Sadhu. So Gurus are like the Mahanubhava. How can I kill them? Sreyo bhoktum vaiksham apiho loke. So Arjuna is telling, better than killing them, I'll sustain myself by riksha. I'll go and I'll beg alms and I'll sustain myself. So that will be okay for me, but I can't kill them, Krishna. Hatvartha kamams tu gurun yehiva. By killing my spiritual master, by killing my teachers, my grandfather, it is, Arjuna is giving an analogy. It is like Ujjiya Bhoga Rudhira Pratikta. It is like something you want to enjoy, but just imagine if that is tainted with your relative's blood. Can you imagine? Can you enjoy that? Arjuna is telling to Krishna, you are telling me to war and kill all these things and get this earthly kingdom and enjoy the earthly kingdom. But this earthly kingdom will be tainted by the blood of my teacher, my grandfather. How can I enjoy? Even though I may win in the war, but I will not get the enjoyment. Then what is the point in winning? So that is the simple logic of Arjuna. Whatever you are telling me, that is correct, right? But the end point you are telling that at last you will win and you can rule nicely and can enjoy. But I can't enjoy. Arjuna is telling his point of view. I am a Kshatriya. I accept that I am a Kshatriya. But if I kill my relatives, my teachers, my grandfather, and by killing them, whatever I'll get in return, I cannot enjoy. So that is the point before Krishna Arjuna is taking into verse 5. And the verse 6 is the very important verse of this section. I'll just say the verse. Okay. So now we can see in this verse 6, actually till now in the first chapter, there are total 5 reasons why Arjuna is not fighting. So 4 reasons we have already discussed. Sin, material enjoyment, and there is all that Varna Sankara. And so now in this, the 5th reason, the indecision. Arjuna is a bewildered, he's getting a vrum. So that is the main point of that second chapter. In the verse 6 it is coming. Why Arjuna is not fighting, the 5th reason. So in this sloka, Arjuna is going to tell the 5th reason. Na chetat vidma kataranna gariyo yadva jayema yadiva na jayeyu Yan eva hatva na jijivishamsa devastita pramukhe dhratarashtra. So Arjuna is now becoming little emotional. So he's a strong-hearted person, Kshatriya, but now just see, he's little emotional now. He's telling, "Na chetat vidma." Actually, my Lord Krishna. Actually, I don't know what I supposed to do. He's now getting little emotional, confused. What should I do now? Sometimes it happens in life also. You are doing something and you are arguing, fighting, and one time comes you broke down and you cry. My Lord, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What is right? So that kind of situation now coming in the life of Arjuna. So na cha etat vidma. I do not know what should be done. Kataron na gariyan. What is best for me? I don't know. You are telling that this is best, that is best, but I don't know what is for me. Yadma jayema yadivana jaye. Should I win or should I get defeated by the Kaurava? I don't know. I'm totally confused. Should I fight or should I not fight? I'm confused. Yan eva hatvana jiji vishamsa. Or should I kill them or should I be killed by them? I am totally confused. Te avastita pramukhe bhrata rashtra. And these sons of the Dhritarashtra, they are standing in front of me for the fight. All the 100 sons of the Dhritarashtra, Kauravas, they are standing in front of me just for the kingdom. I'm totally confused, my dear Arjun, my dear Lord Krishna. What should I do? Just for a kingdom, all my brother-in-law, all these brothers, uncles, grandfather, teacher, they are ready to fight, and not only fight, they are ready to give up their lives also. So this is very bewildering to me. So this kind of kingdom I don't want. Let them be happily stay. So that is the main point of Arjuna. And then Arjuna, he is telling that actually, my dear Lord, I'm totally confused. Should I fight or not fight? What is my dharma? What is, I don't know. Please help me. I'm totally confused. So this is the main, the fifth reason of Arjuna, indecision or Brahmit Hojan. So till now, Arjuna is very clear and he was putting his points. Okay, this is the reason that's why I should not fight. Reason B, this is the reason I should not fight. C, D, like that. But slowly now, when Krishna is putting one argument, and Arjuna is hearing all this argument, Arjuna is realizing I may be wrong, Krishna may be right, but my heart is not telling to fight. What should I do? So it's like a bewilderment statement, and Arjuna is in a dilemma that what should I do now? So let's see. And in everyone's life, this kind of situation comes for sure, in some way or other. But let's see what Arjuna does. That is the beauty of being a devotee of Lord Krishna. A non-devotee, he will try to apply his mind, his reasoning, his intelligence, so many things he will try to apply. But a devotee of Lord Krishna, let's see how he responds to such kind of calamities in his life. That we will see in Arjuna's life. That is very practical things in the life of Arjuna. So that is a verse, 7th verse. You can see. I'll just show you the verse. Very nice verse and very important verse of this section. Karpanya dosha pahata swabhava prachami tvam dharma shammura cheta yashreyasyanne sitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham sadimam tvam prapanna. So then, to Arjuna, shall I tell you one thing? So you are a Kshatriya, and I am trying to tell you so many things for the fighting. But what is the point telling all of these things to you? You are not at all fighting, and you are already convinced that you should not be fight. So then it's okay. Then you lead your life. I tried my best, but anyhow you are not listening to me. So okay, it's okay. So like that, Krishna is telling them, I tried my best to convince you, but you are not in a position to listen me. You are already, you are in a conclusive statement and you are already finalized everything. So it's okay, your life, you lead your life. I did my duty. So when Krishna tells this kind of statement, so Krishna also become little emotional and touches the heart of Arjuna. So enough of logic and reasoning, analytical discussion. So then Arjuna is really become now emotional, and Arjuna is telling, wait, my lord, don't go. You are my everything. If you will leave me, then what I do? Please, wait. Actually, my lord, I am not at all in my control, and I don't know what is right and what is wrong. So karpanya dosha pahata swabha. Actually, karpanya dosha means actually my understanding is not clear. I'm in a painful situation and all kind of traumas are coming out from my heart. I'm not in a proper condition to take the decision. So karpanya dosa, so many faults are there in my mind. Vahata swabhava. And my swabhava is kshatriya swabhava. Means I have a swabhava of fighting. But somehow or other, because of all these things, I'm not able to overcome all these things and coming to my swabhava. And this all things is dominating my nature. That's what Arjuna is telling here. Prichhami tvam dharma samuda cheta. So at last I am understanding that what is my fault, and I am asking you, please tell me the right thing. Prichhami tvam. I am asking you. Prichhami tvam dharma samuda cheta. What is actually dharma? You please tell to me. I don't know. I am surrendering to you. You tell me. Yes, Shreyasyan Nishitam Bruhi Tanme. Yes, Shreya means what? What is the best things for me? Yes, Shreya, what is the best thing for me? Nishitam Bruhi Tanme. You tell me kindly, my lord. You know what is best for me. Please tell me that thing so that I can apply in my life. And then at last, this is the important part of this verse. Krishna is telling, Arjuna is telling to Lord Krishna, my dear Lord, Sishyaste ham sadhi mam tum prapar. You please make me your Sishya. Please accept me as your disciple. I am no more your friend. Forget me as your friend. I am right now your disciple. Please accept me as your disciple. And I am surrendering to you. Tvam prapanna. Just imagine. It's actually very big thing what Arjuna is telling to Krishna. It's not, just imagine there are two close friends and one friend is telling to another friend that I want to become your disciple. Please surrender. I'm surrendering my life to you. It's very awkward, right? If there are two friends, other friend will say, what nonsense you are telling? What surrendering to me? I'm your friend, right? So a friend telling to another friend that I am surrendering to you, you are my teacher, you are my guru, please instruct me. It is very, actually doesn't, it becomes rasavas. But at this point, Arjuna realizes that this Krishna with whom I play, I roam around, we eat together, we sleep in the same bed together, we do a lot of fun, joke, everything. I think Krishna is not an ordinary person. Slowly, Arjuna gets kind of this kind of a reflection. This Krishna is not an ordinary person, because at this point, this calamity, I'm not able to understand what is right and what is wrong. But looks like Krishna has the clear picture, the way he is guiding me. And there is only one way. If I accept his instruction, then only I can overcome this situation. And how can I expect his instruction? The only way that when he will become my teacher, because the time he will be my friend, it is not possible until unless he doesn't change his rasa and he takes that position of a teacher guru, then I can't understand this whole concept. I have to become a subordinate and he has to take a higher position. Then only the knowledge will flow. So this is the beauty of Guru Sishya Parampara. So when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was preaching, the spiritual master of Prabhupada, and one famous person came to him and he barged into the ashram, and then he told that I want to meet to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So then the disciple asked him, what is the reason why you want to meet? And then he told that I have so many questions in my mind. I want to meet him and I want to ask him all these questions. So then the disciples told them that, okay, wait a minute. And they took him to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, before answering any of his questions, he told him, at first, you go and help in the kitchen washing the pots. And this famous businessman, such a rich person, he went to the kitchen and he helped the brahmacharis in washing the pots. And as he is washing the pot, after some time, after completing the washing the pot, then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur asked that businessman, okay, you had some questions? So then he told that, actually, all my questions were answered. But then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur told, I have not answered your questions. But then he told that while washing all these pots, I got all the answers. So this is the very important things in Bhakti Yoga. This humility and service attitude. What Krishna is telling, Arjuna is telling, Sisyaste ham sadhi mam tvam prapanna. Now I don't want to become your friend. I want to become your disciple. Make me your disciple. I want to surrender my life to you. I want to tvam prapanna. I want to surrender saranagati, like Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes the definition of saranagati, the 6 incomes of saranagati. The dainya, you have to become really humble like a blade of the grass. Otherwise, you can't inquire. You have to really humble and fall at the feet of your guru. With that surrenderness, when a disciple approaches a spiritual master, and then the spiritual master instructs the disciple. So first is surrenderness, then service, and then you can question. Otherwise, like the person directly barged into the ashram and he has so many questions to the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. But Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is a sannyasi. He is not obliged to answer all these questions. He told, okay, you have so many questions, good, no problem. You do for some seva, menial seva, then I'll see all the questions. And the good thing is that that person obeyed it. The person did actually all these services in the kitchen. And just by doing the services, all his questions will answer. So right now in the Gita, this is a turning point in the Gita, in the 2.7, where the Arjuna, the friend of Lord Krishna, is turning into a disciple here. He is telling to Lord Krishna that, my Lord, I want to surrender my life to you. I want to become a disciple of you. I'm totally confused. I don't want to argue anymore with you. Since the first chapter, I'm arguing with you, so many verses. So at last, I realized that no point in arguing. You know the right thing. I'm surrendering to you. Please guide me what is right and what is wrong. I am ready to accept whatever you will tell to me. That's what Arjuna is telling to Krishna. And this is like the beginning of devotional service. The devotional service begins with Saranagati. Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava and Prema. So the first thing is that we have to accept a superior person and we should accept ourselves as a subordinate to that person. Having that kind of Shraddha when some person has towards the Guru, then only the instruction and the come. Otherwise, there is no point. So one disciple of Prabhupada approached to Prabhupada and he told to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I want to take a divorce. Then Prabhupada didn't say anything. He remained silent. So silent means he accepted his opinion. And that person went for the divorce. So the other disciples were there in the Prabhupada's room. Prabhupada, how can you allow? Divorce is not good, right, in our society. And we are not in the war of divorce. We are against it. How come you didn't deny that person? But no point in denying that person. Because anyhow, the person has already set his mind. And if I would have denied and he would have done the divorce, that would be become a Guru Aparad. That will be a Vaishnava Aparad. And that will be the major repercussion he would have might have got in his devotional service. So knowing that, I didn't deny. Because anyhow, he has already did his mindset and he's already planned that he's going to do. He had just come to me just for an confirmation. So seeing that, I didn't do that. So that's why the Guru Aparad is very critical. So Prabhupada told that, so already he's committed so many sins, I don't want to increase it anymore. So just I kept silence. That's what here the Bhagavad Gita, very interesting verse this is, and from this verse, slowly the what you can say, the temperament of Arjuna is changing now. The temperament of Arjuna will change, and slowly he will become very calm and quiet, and then he will going to say so many things that I am not seeing the right thing, I'm not able to see the wrong thing. Please help me. The next verse is going to see that. Nahi prapasyami mama prunadya. I just said this verse. Nahi prapasyami mama prunadya yashokamuchoshanamindriyana avapya bhumau asapatnamruddham rajyam suranam apijadipatyam. So here just see Arjuna is telling to Lord Krishna, Nahi prapasyam. So Arjuna is telling, Nahi prapasyam, my dear Lord, I am not seeing any good thing. Nahi prapasyam, I do not see. Yad mam sokam avabnunab. Right now I am such a miserable condition that I do not see anybody who can help me right now at this condition. Shoka, that kind of, I am tormenting in the ocean of a shoka. So only there is one hope, Uchcho Shanam Indriyana, and all my senses are drying up. Sometimes like you are walking in a road, in a road, and immediately you see a snake. So immediately you get very fearful, and all your senses become dry up, and your mouth, everything. So that is a drying up. Means you are really fearful and in anxiety. So Arjuna is telling that, my dear Lord, I'm such in a stressful situation, and all my senses are drying up. I'm not certain that what should be done. Avapya means I'm totally confused. Asapatnam ruddham rajyam. And what kind of prosperous kingdom you are talking about? I'm not seeing any kind of prosperous kingdom in this earth planet, Bhumau. Suranam api adipatya. In this condition, I am just submerged in the ocean of all kind of a misery, and I don't see any good, my dear Lord. I'm totally confused. Please help me along. So just see the mood of Arjuna now. So this is the turning point, as I told, that the mood of Arjuna is changing from Sakhyaras to Dasyaras, basically. So earlier Arjuna was in Sakhyaras to Krishna, but in Sakhyaras, you can't take instruction, right? You can have a nice joke, fun, comedy, all this kind of things you can have Sakhyaras. But you can't take an instruction from a friend. It's very tough, right? Especially very heavy instruction, kill your guru, kill your grandfather. It's not a joke. It's really a big instruction. For that, you have to change the rasa. So Arjuna is now coming to a Dasyaras, and Arjuna is falling at the feet of Lord Krishna, and Krishna is now going to instruct Arjuna about this Bhagavad Gita. And that's how this Bhagavad Gita is now going to begin. And the interesting thing is that when Lord Krishna is giving instruction, it doesn't directly tell that, okay, you are now surrendering to me. I am your guru, you are my disciple. So whatever I am telling, just follow it. Take the weapon, kill them. Krishna is not telling like that. Just see Krishna, how much mature Krishna, how much sensitivity Krishna has. Krishna very gradually, he is giving all the path to Arjuna. Begins with Sakam Karma Yoga. Okay, if you want to do Sakam Karma Yoga, means you have to follow your Varna Ashram Dharma and you have to do this all activity, that is a Sakam Karma Yoga. Then okay, if you are not eligible for that, if you are not interested, go for an Niskam Karma Yoga. Detached from your fruit of activity, do the fight. Okay, you're not interested for that. Okay, purify your heart and then go for the Gyan Yoga. Okay, that you are not interested. In the Ashtanga Yoga, you can go to jungle and do Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. That is also there. So till chapter 6, Krishna explains all these yogas. But at the end of the 6th chapter, it tells that Satatam Yoginam. In my perspective, who is the best yoga? The best yoga is Satatam Kirtiyantomam, the person who always thinks about me, the person who always speak about me, the person who always talk about me, hear about me. He is actually a great devotee. He is the topmost devotee and he is practicing yoga. That is the best among all the yoga. That's how Krishna introduces Bhakti Yoga in the chapter 7 till chapter 12. And at last, after explaining all these things, Krishna doesn't force Arjuna to do Bhakti Yoga. Still, Krishna gives an option. Okay, I told you all the options. You choose what is best for you. And you do. But in my opinion, following Bhakti Yoga and whatever the authority tells the Guru, disciple following his instruction, that is best in my opinion. That Krishna tells. But no compulsory. You have your own choice. There is no force. And Krishna gives the choice. That is the magnanimity of God to the surrendered soul, conditioned soul. That's what we see in Bhagavad Gita. So we'll end here. And now I'm opening the forum for the question answer. If anybody have any questions, what we discussed today, or anybody have any comment, you can ask. I've given the access to unmute. You all can unmute yourself and you can ask any questions or any comment or any reflection on this discussion. What if you anything you want to share, you can also share that. You can start now. Please unmute yourself and you can speak. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Prabhuji, in that first line, Karpanya dosho. So, Prabhuji, what is the actual dosham of Arjuna that he was speaking about?
So Arjuna is telling that Karpanya dosha. Dosha means actually I'm not able to understand what is actually truth. Karpanya dosha, by lack of understanding, I'm lacking my understanding on the actually dharma. So the Shastra, the Acharyas tell that Brahman, what is actually reality, the dharma, that is not clear to me. That is like the dosha for me.